Welcome, everyone, for the final Tone Town before Christmas. I'm your co-host, Super Danger.
I'm your co-host, Tom Butwin.
And let's all do the best thing in the world, playing in just a beautiful, wonderful A chord. You got to add it too.
How are you, man? Good to see you.
I thought I was doing okay until you said you wanted to talk about our first guitars. You thought it was an innocent question, an innocuous question.
I did.
You were wrong. I'll tell you why after you tell me about yours, because I'm still stewing.
Okay. Well, as you stew, I will tell you about the story of my first guitar. So I played piano, but I knew I wanted to play guitar, and so I started to get into it. Started to watch things. I did not have a guitar, no guitar in the household, just the piano. And then I saw the Buddy Holly video for Weezer, and Rivers was playing a Sunburst Strat in that video, and I was like, "That's it. That's the guitar. I want that guitar. I have to have it." And then I had a book that was like the history of guitar, and it had some chord charts in there. So I had this book. On the cover was a Sunburst Strat. I'm watching the Buddy Holly video over and over and over again on our Windows 95 demo CD for the CD-ROM in the family computer.
That was a huge thing too.
Yeah.
That was like what made that. That was like the first viral. Anyway, keep on.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, it was hugely influential and confusing too, because after I started to play guitar years later, I'm like, how was he getting the tone out of that like single coil 50s looking Strat? I'm like, that's not what that song sounds like. But so I told my parents. They were very excited. I was very. They've no. I mean, I've been obsessed with music my whole life up to that point, and still am. But God bless my parents. You know, they weren't guitar dealers. They weren't guitar players. They just knew that I wanted a Sunburst guitar that looked like that. So my mom did what any good Italian mom would do and say, "Hey, you know what? I remember back in the old neighborhood in East Detroit, there was this music shop, and I'm going to go there." And she went there, and this guy sold my parents a package of a guitar, an amp, a cable, and a case. And Christmas morning rolls around. I see it under the tree. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's it. It's a Fender Strat. I can't believe it. I open it up, and I see the Sunburst. And then I continue opening it, and I see the headstock. And the headstock is a very weird shape. And it says Carrera on it. And I'm like, okay, that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. So, needless to say, my first guitar was a Strat copy made by a company called Carrera. I had the most amazing Christmas morning.
Carrera.
Carrera. It was magical. Despite not being a Fender Strat, it was absolutely magical. I will remember it for the rest of my life. It was like the most like pure joy, you know, a child could feel on Christmas morning. And I threw the guitar on in my pajamas, and I proceeded to walk through a door frame and just right into it, because I was, you know, had to parade around Christmas morning with my brand new guitar and just boom right into the door frame. And then I was off to the races, and here we are today, you know, 30 years later or whatever it is, 28 years later. So, and I still have the guitar. It's in pieces because I decided to try to make it a modification project in high school that did not go well. So I have the body. I don't have the neck. It's a disaster. Covered in stickers. It was just ill-advised. But that was my first guitar. Magical Christmas morning.
Wow.
Many years ago.
I can feel. I feel like I was there. Because in many ways, I was. Tyson, Mod, Luca, welcome, guys. And Korean viewer, welcome.
Yes.
Thank you for spamming the chat, Korean viewer.
Yeah.
So again, like I prefaced earlier, this question holds much grief and remorse for me. Okay, more than you could ever imagine. You did not know. No, this isn't your fault. How could you know that this would be a painful subject for me? How could you? You know, you never know these things. You walk around in life, and you accidentally step on a landmine, right? except it's blowing up in my face. This is all that's left of my first guitar. So somewhere before 8th grade, right? I've been playing my mom's acoustic guitar like all year long, just going through the Beatles book, put on a song, like, oh, I like that song, learning it, right? I learned enough. And I remember a guy was like, hey, you should join our band, this other 7th grader. I was like, great, all I have is an acoustic. Like, well, you should get a guitar. I'm like, okay. I asked my parents for a guitar. They're like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, okay. Christmas rolls around, Christmas of 7th grade, and Christmas of 8th grade, and all the presents are done. We're done with presents, and I'm like, man, I feel like I didn't get a lot, and that was that. And it's like, all right, let's go to bed, and I'm like, I guess I'm not gonna get a guitar, whatever. And my dad goes, hold on a second, comes in with a similar thing, Marshall Valve State MG12, whatever, right? This Fender Mexican Strat, which became like the only guitar I played for like 15 years. And I played that thing forever on everything. I didn't sound good. I didn't play well, but it was this. And one day, like you did, I'm sure, I'm going to mod this. So I started unscrewing one screw, 2 screws. All of a sudden, it's all strewn apart in my basement. And I was like, okay, I'll figure this out. I'll just take it to a guitar shop and we'll mod it. We'll upgrade it. And then, like all Chicagoans do, I'm not sure if you guys do this in Michigan, but you move every year. So I moved to an apartment, and then I moved to another apartment and another apartment. And each time I move, a little piece of this thing gets left behind somewhere, moved somewhere. And so now the only thing I have left is a body, an alder body. I'm assuming it's alder. From the incredible generosity of my parents. And so I feel I'm like the prodigal son who never came home, right? He's too ashamed to come home. I can't come home because there's nothing left, right? This is all that's left of that innocence that I have. So you asked me the question, hey, what was your first guitar? I'm like, how dare he? How dare he open up this old wound? I spent years trying to rationalize this, trying to feel good about it. And now it's all come crashing back.
Oh,
thanks a lot. That's my first guitar. One day I will mod it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to solder. I don't know. I'm like, what, soldering?
I don't
what
either.
happens?
I've tried. I tried. My dad tried to show me when I was young, and not for guitar purposes, but I'm not even sure why he was showing me that. And I was very unsuccessful and burned myself and created a big mess in the garage. I nearly burned the house down. But that's you know what? I have it. Like if we get a break where you can carry the show for like 2 minutes, I'm gonna go find the body of my guitar because I find this fascinating. We both have the body of our first guitar. Both of them are Sunburst Strats. This is
that bizarre, right? Yeah, that was like that thing.
It is a little bit bizarre. I'm excited about it though. Yeah, I mean that's like I would love to hear in the chat if you have. Oh, there we go. We do have some stories. Kramer Stryker sold it to one of my best friends, 92. Still offers to send it back. Well, that's nice of him.
Wow. Get it back. Memories.
I'll go grab it. But it's like
your best friend still has it. Very cool. Yeah, that's a good energy.
The joy though of having it was like I had never seen an electric guitar in person. Like I had seen pictures, I saw it in the video for Buddy Holly, and it was like seeing a celebrity in person. Like
that's the thing I saw, right? Yeah.
I was just like, oh my gosh, because I was just looking at pictures in this book and
right
the history of the guitar, and then it had chord shapes, and I was like learning like I knew the F bar chord was a pain even before I had a guitar. I'm like, that looks hard, and I'm like holding my hand, in the shape. I didn't even have a neck, of a guitar. I was just like trying to learn before I even had the guitar. Hit the ground running. I actually
go get the body.
I will.
Someone's asking for AC/DC here.
Got it.
This probably isn't the right guitar for AC/DC. I mean, That's if you want love, you got it. I want blood. Sorry. If you want blood, you got it. I love that song. I love AC/DC. This isn't the guitar or the amp for it, but hopefully that satisfies it. So funny thing too about like the first guitar, was that Fender Strat, and the the band I was in. One of the first songs we learned was Crazy Train. So here I am with my Strat into my Marshall valve state, trying to learn Crazy Train, and going back. Going back to Crazy Train, like it's actually an amazing song to learn because it covers like 3 different styles. Obviously, so you're practicing like your dexterity, and you're practicing string switching, and then and you're also practicing voicings with a pedal tone, and you're practicing right hand. Like it's one of the only songs where there's so many different techniques just in the rhythm part, which is, I think it's really a great first song to learn on electric, even a Fender Strat, which it was for me. Great, right? Crazy Train, like surprisingly one of the best songs to learn, just because you can learn all these different concepts all in one song, because the verse and the chorus are so wildly different.
Randy Rhoads,
King.
Bad news. The body of my first guitar, the body's missing. So it's not missing. It's just not in the box I have labeled guitar parts. So rather than spend the next 25 minutes trying to find it, I'm back. But just know it's here. It's here. Might be buried in the storage closet of my studio, but it is here.
This guy wants to play Randy's solo from that.
I can't do that.
Man. Okay, hold on. What is it? Yeah. That's what it is.
John says that his the first song he learned was "Get Back" by the Beatles. That's more my speed.
Oh man, that's bad. That's what I should have learned.
Yeah.
Instead, I was trying to do that on a Strat.
Oh,
it was pretty
awesome.
Brutal.
No.
I wonder if I have a VHS of that. I probably do.
What was the first time you were on stage with a guitar?
First time I was on stage was my school had this thing called like the music show, where the music class that everyone had to take. This woman, Mrs. Artabasi, still one of my favorite teachers of all time. You would pick songs as a group, and then you would sing it, and everyone in the background would like dance, like chorus. And then she was like, "Hey, do you want to play guitar in the next music show? I know you've just started playing." I'm like, "Yeah!" So we played "Sunshine of Your Love."
Nice.
And it was great. And her husband was such a jerk, because afterwards he came up and he gave me a bunch of notes. Oh. And he was a guitarist too.
No.
Yeah. But still, I was so happy. And my mom was like, "You should wear a blazer on stage." So she had one of her dad's, my grandfather's old blazers. It was white, it was white linen. So it was white linen blazer. Oh man, it was very. Looking back, I'm like, that was pretty cool. Didn't get a girlfriend though. Again, like in the back of my mind, I'm like, yes, I love guitar, but you know what I'd really like is a girlfriend. I didn't get one. I played guitar on stage in front of the entire school. I'm like, I don't get a girlfriend. This is insane.
It's a raw deal.
I was wrong.
It is. It should be part of the deal. Should be.
I mean, isn't that like tacitly promised?
Kind of. It was.
It's like if you do one of these, then you get, one of these, right?
You would think.
But I did this, and none of that.
Nothing. You just got notes. You got notes on how to.
Yeah, all I got was notes. It's just like that's cosmic injustice, if I've ever heard of it.
Yes, and John, he was definitely standing there, arms crossed.
Yeah, he was holding up the wall, absolutely.
To the 7th grader
in the back. Because he goes, because the second performance, there were 2 performances. He goes, your tone sounded better because there was too much gain the first time. I remember exactly him saying that, and then he walked away. I was like, well, I started playing electric guitar like 3 months ago. So
right, like 3 hours. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah.
I'm sure. Can you believe it? Right. Well, Steve, I was like, if I keep, maybe I have to get better, and I'll get a girlfriend. And so I did, and I did get better, and it didn't get a girlfriend, and so I was just like, okay, I really got to keep playing. But hey, I'm, again, like my wife's gonna watch this and say, like, hey, it all led me to you, honey.
Yeah, that's right. Started in 7th grade. That's how it works.
The long journey, the long and winding road.
Exactly. I think that's what that song is about. 7th grade talent show. Mine was the 8th grade talent show, and we all wore suits, of course.
Nice.
And we got to play 2 songs, and I got to sing one. It was the first time I played publicly, and the first time I sang publicly. And I did. I sang and played. We had a band, 4-piece, and we did "Eagle Eye Cherry" of "Save Tonight." Remember that smash hit? And then my buddy did "Fly Away" by Lenny Kravitz, and we were off to fame and fortune and no girlfriends, but we had suits. We wore suits.
Now I have another question for you.
Please.
This one's pretty personal.
Okay.
So good thing you're sitting down.
I'm ready.
What did you ask Santa for this year?
Oh.
What did you really ask him for? Like you tell everyone, right? Everyone asks you, what are you gonna ask Santa for? You're like, oh, this, right? You're like this, cigarettes, right? But in the back of your mind, you go up to Santa, your kids are walking away, and you go, hey, psst, for me, right? What'd you say?
Well, we haven't gone to see Santa yet. We're going tomorrow.
Oh, great. So are you ready to slip him a little 20 and say like, hey.
Now that you brought it up and I wasn't prepared, but are we talking guitar gear or are we talking just in general?
Guitar, like what else would you ask? Guitar gear. What? Come on. Literally nothing else matters.
Health, prosperity for my family? Come on, no. I would ask. It's the wrong guy.
That doesn't fit under a tree.
Yeah, exactly.
Prosperity is here. Yeah.
Well, here's what I'll tell you. I'll tell you. My dream guitar, which was that Sunburst Fender Strat, which I never got. I've never owned a Sunburst Fender Strat. I've had the Carrera one, which is here in pieces, and I can't find it. Somehow, I've gone all this time and I've never owned that guitar. So it would have to be that guitar with a rosewood fretboard. Because I think the one that Rivers was playing had a maple, but I want it rosewood, Sunburst.
Like
probably throw one like that. Or, yeah,
like a 61.
Yeah. 61, 2, 3, somewhere in there. I mean, it doesn't have to be a real vintage guitar, but that would be it. So Santa, if you're listening, and I'll tell you tomorrow, but Fender Strat.
Are you listening?
He's listening.
He knows when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake, man. Come on.
All right. What about you?
Okay. So really what I want, there are a couple things mulling over in my head because I've had some big asks from him in the past and I could tell he didn't like that. And so to make it easy for him, to make him understanding of like where I'm at as a musician in my career and like what I want to get done, I just a Tweed Deluxe, a 59.
There you go.
59 Tweed. That's fine because that can fit, right? That's under the tree. A legit 59 Tweed, just right there. Yeah, and I feel like next year, I'm just gonna ask him for guitar picks. If I get that, I'm good. Again, that's just a legit tweet. Voodoo Child. This guy really wants Voodoo Child.
He does. I lost my pick. Hold on. Here. A pick
Yeah, you
list.
do it. Yeah, you got it.
I don't have a wah pedal.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I don't have a Strat. I got nothing. I do have I have 6 wah pedals that I'm doing a video for them Premier Guitar with right now, but I can't reach it with my foot, and I have my camera taped to the floor currently. So it's a precarious situation over there. But there you go.
In-person lessons, right? That's the one thing that I've been doing. I've been taking voice lessons for the last 2 years now, and it's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable how much you progress when there's someone else watching you do it.
Oh yeah, big time.
There's no substitute for it. It's just
hold you accountable. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah,
and you feel like I'm like absorbing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if I'm not singing, we're not working on technique. It's just like I think the cognitive focus on like singing guy, while you're there, is this.
Now, what style singer is your teacher? I've never asked you that. Like, what's their wheelhouse?
So she went to Berkeley for jazz vocal performance, and for songwriting.
Okay.
But she did prior to college. She was in a lot of musical theater, but she's an artist now. So, but I would say probably like jazz and pop is her wheelhouse.
Okay. So she got the official jazz vocal training. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Really, I know it's pretty rigorous at Berkeley, their vocal performance program.
Yeah.
The one thing I really regret not auditioning for Berkeley and seeing if I could get in. I was like, what if I could have gotten in?
I thought about it, and I got very intimidated when I looked into the application process, and I was like, I should have. You don't have to be, you don't have to be a virtuoso going in there. You gotta. That's not the only thing they look for. But never did. I also never applied to the University of Michigan. I didn't want to go there, but I just wanted to see if I could get in. I was right on the cusp of like having the grades and scores to maybe make it.
Yeah.
Like it probably would have been a no or a wait list, but I'll never know. I would have liked to know.
It'll gnaw at me. I mean, I'm not smart, so it's again like I state that many times in many different videos. So schooling for me was always it's such an impediment to like enjoying my life. I've hated it. I've always hated it. I've always hated school. I love learning. I love lessons. I love certain education endeavors, but boy, schooling,
structure.
Get out of here.
Cool stuff. This education portion brought to you by Olipop. We're gonna get a drink sponsor on the show. It might not be that.
We should get a coffee bean.
That's what I was thinking.
Which day are you free? Please come and sing.
Oh, okay.
Play Metallica. Is it not interesting how everyone wants us to play Metallica? It's like
it is.
I'm shocked at how popular they are still among a casual music listener. And again, Marion, I'm not trying to demean your request, but it's literally like every 20 minutes someone's saying play Metallica. It's really interesting because you expect Hendrix, you expect I don't know, like you expect Hendrix, you expect like Led Zeppelin, but like I'm just always surprised how people want to hear Metallica. By like a guy sitting alone, it's like I'd love to hear Metallica as a band,
right?
If it was a band,
right? They have a lot of iconic guitar riffs and things that you can learn that are relatively accessible. I went through a brief Metallica phase. The Christmas after I got my first guitar was a Metallica Christmas because I asked for a Metallica T-shirt. I wanted the VHS of their concert with the San Francisco Symphony, and then I wanted the CD of that as well. So my exposure to Metallica and like how I listen to Metallica is that record with like No Leaf Clover and then all of their Black Album and Load and Reload hits with an orchestra. So I'm not a normal fan.
I just didn't listen to Metallica growing up, like, and I still don't like. They're just not like. There's a lot of thrash bands I like, and there's a lot of metal bands I like, and Metallica just like never really sat. I'm not saying they're not good. It's just like not for me.
We're being called out. John says, "Why don't you just say you don't know how to play Metallica?" It's
Okay,
well,
fine. These guys.
everybody can do this, right?
Like again, like John. Like again, like this is why it's so stupid. Hey, monkey, play this. No. Oh, you don't know how? I'm like, this is so obnoxious. Like, I'm a professional guitarist. Like, of course I know how to play Metallica. It's not hard to play Metallica. I'm just saying I don't love Metallica. Like,
Yeah.
like, like that's like if asking someone to play Metallica is your barometric for like, is this guy good at guitar? Like, we need to have a separate discussion about like the quality of people they like, how you're rating a random guitarist online. So
Corey Wong, yeah, wicked drummer.
Right, yeah, unbelievably good.
Yeah, he makes that Corey Wong. Gotta get that going, you know.
Great right hand. Okay, so then there's another thing that ails me. So one thing that's frustrating about not frustrating. One thing that's about like grinding my gears about the way people want to see music on YouTube, right? Because I feel like it's everyone's right on the edge of like, yes, we want new stuff, but don't make it too new, right? Yes, I want to see it. I want you to demo this video, demo this pedal, demo this amp, but not in a way that I don't want you to demo it. And it's but I feel like everyone's holding on to like old guitar YouTube from like 2016, right? Because that's what all guitar YouTube was in 2016. It was just pedals and demos, and rightfully so. That's what it's for. But I feel like there's this like new thing that I keep like bumping up against, and you too, right? Like we're like bumping against like what YouTube is going to be, and I'm like, and I want to know what it is, because I think it's not just in guitar; it's in every genre, whether it's the photography, videography, everything like that. It's like, yes, like these are like product demos, but like there's something more that can happen on YouTube if like the sentiment is reached, because it's not the viewer's fault. If they don't enjoy it, they don't enjoy it. But there needs to be some sort of like sea change or some kind of zeitgeist that happens, that culturally people are like, I'm going to YouTube to watch something new and different, not to satisfy an itch on something. Like the way you would watch TV back before there was internet. Remember that when we were kids? But it was like, oh, I wonder what this is. And you didn't have an option. You just had to watch it. And that's the thing that like, I'm not sure where. Okay, Rhett Shull. He has that. He really got me good with this one. He got that Martin video, and then he goes, "This is going to take a year to do." I'm like, wow. I wonder what this great. I wonder what this is going to be. A year project. What could this be? He has a whole studio. He's got every manufacturer begging him for stuff, begging him. Unlimited budget in my mind when you're at that level. I wonder what he's doing. I'm going to record the guitar in 1 year. I'm like, oh man, like I wanted something big and fantastical, right?
Is that what it was? Was it the 5 Martin video? Is that what it was? He just.
Well, he did a follow-up video, and I appreciate that.
And what was the premise? Like, just see how it aged in a year? Is that what the premise of the video was? I haven't seen it yet. Did you lose me?
Hold on, no, this guy, he's gone.
Are we?
We're getting a lot of angry people in the chat today.
I like it. I think it's great. I think we're touching a nerve.
Please sing lighters.
It's a Wild West in that chat, man. We need a moderator. We need some of the regulars to get in there and just start throwing weight around.
Here, Tyson, you're a moderator.
Oh, you have the power to do that? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The trusted people of the Tone Town chat. You get people coming in, don't belong here. The song requests are it's not, what we can do the song requests. but it's not really the premise of Tone Town here. Welcome to Tone Town. Pleased to meet you as well. Look at that, Tyson. You got a wrench next to your name. At least
Moderators.
that's how it looks to me. So
unruly people in the chat. Keep
it's weird. Weird Friday before Christmas. Everybody's off the chain today. I will inside baseball here for just a moment. As we're doing this, I mean, I can see the chat, and it's taking all of my newscaster acting chops to not react to some of the things that I have seen over the past few weeks said here. I'm a plumber. Seems appropriate. Thank you. So, I would like to commend myself for the professional nature in which I've conducted myself here by not responding to some things that I would love to respond to. Is it the last hometown of 2024? It remains to be seen, right? I don't know.
I know we'll do one after Christmas. Right? Christmas is Wednesday.
Yeah.
So we'll get one more in. Oh, it's right. Are we wearing our tuxedos?
I don't know. I do. And I did the cool guy. I got a gig last time too, and I do have a gig that Friday, and I don't know what time I have to be there yet, and it's an hour away, so that may be tough, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, then I'll be. I'm a guitarist. Someone respond to Henry. He wants excitement here. I have a lot of videos about guitar playing. If you want to go watch those, unfortunately, this is not one of those. I'm bored. That's why I'm telling him in between. Hit something for the viewers. That's not what this is for. I've hundreds and hundreds of videos of me playing guitar.
You do.
So
a recent one that I quite enjoyed.
So this to these. So okay. So I'll do a New Year's Tone Town, but then when you come back, we'll wear tuxedos.
Okay. I may be able to do the 27th. I'll let you know.
Okay.
We'll see. Show meeting later. We'll get
then
together.
Keith just asked about. Oh yeah, John, you're gonna get.
With great. Oh yeah, John.
Yeah, John, you're definitely a moderator.
Oh yeah. Double moderator. I'm not even a The best part about this is that I'm not even a moderator. And I'm on
yeah, that was in the contract. So that's just how that goes. So Keith asked about any gigs coming up. You have continuing gigs. Tom, I'm jealous of Tom because Tom never stopped gigging. Tom gigs frequently. Like what? You've got like 100 a year, maybe.
It used to be more than that. Now it's scaled back. Quality over quantity these days. Probably, 2024 was probably only like 20, 25 dates that I've done, like corporate stuff and private things. Next week, my final gig of 2024 is actually just a vocal gig. So I'm singing in this post-Christmas holiday show, and I'm doing 2 songs with this string group who also has a DJ. So it's this like high energy kind of cool thing. And then there's me singing. And as I said 2 weeks ago, they're not letting me bring a guitar. Which
right. Don't even bring it. Like they'll stop you before you come in.
Just sing. That's all you got to do. Just 2 songs. So, but yeah, I used to do a lot more, and it was, it's tiring. It can be tiring. It can be taxing. Just imagine, the unruly chat sometimes here in person. And if it's that.
Are you singing? Yeah, Steve's wondering if you're actually singing Christmas songs.
I am doing. Let me see. Where's the actual question? So here we go.
Yeah, John's smoking a cigarette. I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah,
I'm putting it out on the desk.
He's Danny Glover, 100% Danny Glover.
Right.
One is a Christmas song. It's "Where Are You Christmas," which is normally done by a female vocalist, Faith Hill. But I'm not dodging. Yeah, well, I would be dodging tomatoes. But there's some vocal gymnastics I have to do in the middle of that song, and then from my musical theater days, my pop rock musical theater days, I'll be doing the title song to Phantom of the Opera. which is right here in the Tone Town wheelhouse. There's a guitar on that track, though.
Right.
There is
Andrew
guitar.
Lloyd Webber.
Yeah.
Exit stage right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, was that Snagglepuss from Hanna-Barbera? Right?
Yeah.
Heavens to Murgatroyd, right.
Well,
okay, but you're not the only one who's going to play live, because I'm planning on playing a ton this year. We're going to have rehearsals, not in January anymore because of NAMM, but I got to prepare for that. February, we're rehearsing.
Yes.
And then March, hopefully, is our first of many gigs. And the goal is to play at least twice a month.
Nice. Nice.
I don't think I can do more than twice a month because, well, when I have little kids, and you know what that's like. I can't get home at 3 a.m. It's just not when my oldest gets up at 5:45. So,
early riser. Yeah, they don't care how late the gig was. That's for sure. That was a big part of the schedule. Was a big part of my shift away from certain types of gigs. Shorter, earlier, older crowd,
free parking.
Free, yeah. I get a nice load in, easy. People aren't demanding. They let me do what I want. It's good.
I do miss playing a Christmas gig survival guide. Oh, I'm gonna watch that, Steve. Great! I can't wait to watch it.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I have a really quick story about a Christmas gig I played. I was a senior in high school, and we played one of our keyboardist dad's company's Christmas party. It was downtown. We were up north in the suburbs. We started driving, and it was one of the worst blizzards of all time, right? So like 5 miles an hour on the expressway. And I think he had a cell phone at the time, but we were running late because the keyboardist was out making out with his girlfriend somewhere and was like 20 minutes late to get into like our ride that we were going. And so I'm sitting in the back of this car while his dad is reaming him out. How could you do this to me? This is my company party. I stuck my neck out for you. And I'm sitting in the back like, and then so it's 45 minutes of him yelling at his son. And we get out. I'm like, hey, how come you dragged me into that? I was going to go with Rob. He's like, I thought if you were in there, he wouldn't yell at me. And I'm like, yeah, well, you were wrong. You were wrong. And then we were fine. We played the company party, and we only had 45 minutes of music. It was a 3-hour set. So we did 3 sets back to back of the same songs.
Yes.
And people got more and more drunk. People were coming up, grabbing the mic as they do. And grabbing my guitar. And I'm like, whatever. I'm a senior in high school. It's like, I don't know what's going on. And we got paid pretty well. Yeah, we played Brown Eyed Girl for like 20 minutes.
Amazing. I love it.
I don't think we played any Christmas songs too. Oh man, real amateur.
Yeah, I remember those days. There's a restaurant bar around here who has they were known for having good music, and they paid, and we finally got a gig there, but it was a 4-hour gig, and dude, we had maybe 2.5 hours of stuff, maybe. So it was a lot of soloing that I had no business doing. Quickly realized that even 15 years ago, I ran out of licks pretty quickly. We made it. The table turnover helped, because it's like the people who were there at the beginning.
Right. Yeah. Right. Table 17's fries are up. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm like.
So I will say that actually, let's talk about soloing really quickly. This is what I'm nervous about. I'm nervous. So I'm going to be on. The guys in my band are A-listers, right? They're incredibly good, and they've toured the world, and they are probably within a top 3 of who to call when you're recording a country album for their respective instrument. Maybe not top 3, maybe, but certainly top 10.
Sure.
They're up there. And I'm really nervous to solo in front of these guys, right? And we're in a trio, so I'm going to be soloing a lot. It's not like, oh, keyboardist, go for it. It's going to be literally me. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to solo along to the melody line. Because what I tend to do, if I'm going, I might, you know what I mean? You go right for that bend.
Oh yeah. The G string bend. Sure.
And I gotta hold myself off of that. And there's this great video of Joe Bonamassa playing this gig. It was like 2 days ago. He's in this little basement. And he's playing through this little Fuchs amp.
Oh, it's in New York. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that one?
Yeah, I saw a clip of it. Yeah.
And he rips this awesome solo, and it did not sound like Bonamassa at all. It was this completely different mindset of him soloing. I'm like, okay, he can do it. He can change. I can change. I should change, right? That's the season of change is upon us. And so I'm gonna try to like never open a solo with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna try to play as slow as possible, drag it out, because all the great soloists I hear when I'm out here in Nashville, they play really slow. They play slow and they play like. Sometimes I'm like, does he want to solo? And like sometimes it looks like this guy hates soloing,
right?
Because they're just like.
They got a long night ahead of them. Got to save something.
Right, 4-hour gig. So
yeah,
I don't think we're getting 4-hour gigs, but I think our gigs, at least the person we're talking to, is 3 hours. So again, it's going to be such an unbelievable trial by fire in every different way. The band that I'm with, the set list, my skills, and again, the worst part of it, the crowd, because the crowd almost always is like 4 or 5 people from the industry, like heavy hitters. And so it's just like, again, I got to back it up. I got to walk the walk. I was talking to this other guy about the term a guitar tuber. There's guitar tubers, and then there's guitarists who have
YouTube channel. Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm in guitar tuber land, and I really want to be just a little bit closer to a guitarist who has a YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yes. I am. What was the first one?
Thank you, Mod. Appreciate it.
I'm squarely in. I'm in the vocalist who has a guitar YouTube channel category, wherever that is. Oh my god. Where's the? Do we know? Is there a gig in March? Like there's officially a gig, or that's the aiming point?
That's the aiming point.
Got it.
It's Sylvie's Lounge, Underdog, and then there's some honky tonk that's like gonna hire a book us together. So
very nice.
So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I'm gonna document it. You guys are gonna see me through all of it. We'll document the practice space, great practice space that we have. So I'm happy about that. But I am incredibly nervous and anxious for it. But I know I have to do it. So
it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We're all rooting for you.
Thank you. Okay, this guy really wants Stairway. You want to do it?
I have to. You know what? Here's something about it. I don't like Led Zeppelin.
Oh!
I just don't, man. I just like I can get down with that one, but I know are you frozen or you were
I don't even.
That's it. Cancer. I know. Oh, come on. Relax. It's not that I don't like them. Come on. I know it's blasphemous. No,
it's not blasphemous. It's just of all people. You say that? A2 Brute? Like,
Well, okay.
Yeah, mods, calm the crowd down. Romans, lend me your ears. Okay. What don't you like about? Oh wait, hold on. I gotta do it.
Yeah. Listen. Okay.
Whatever, it goes on from there. But
listen, all right. So
what don't you like about Led Zeppelin? Who was the person that made you decide this guy?
No. So it's not that I don't like them. It's okay. I should. Let me rephrase this.
Okay.
The songs that I know, which are like the songs everybody knows, have not excited me to the point to where I want to dig in further to their catalog. How's that? Is that better? Is that better? I'm not upset. I'm a surface level Led Zeppelin fan.
Okay. Okay.
How about that? Because Stairway, Kashmir, Fool in the Rain. Look, I mean, look, I like Robert Plant as a vocalist. I mean, I'm a singer. Like, unbelievable, unbelievable. Jimmy Page, undeniable. But I just, for whatever reason, I haven't been
Okay.
inspired
It hasn't
by all
clicked.
those songs to
I'm,
dig deeper
I'm
into.
going to on your flight to LA. All right. Listen to Led Zeppelin 4. It's
Okay.
like it's an unbelievable technical accomplishment, songwriting accomplishment. It is in my mind, Led Zeppelin 4 is like the highest point for an experimental rock band.
Okay.
Like I don't think anyone can ever top it again. And it's because and it's unfair because they were the only ones that were at that time doing that kind of thing, right? So it's not new anymore to mess with tape machine heads. It's not new anymore. So like they were there, but they were the ones who were there for it. It's like other people are going to get to the moon, right? But Armstrong got there first, and it's the songwriting, the lyrics, the arrangements are just so cool and so bold and daring. You're like, wow, I cannot believe they made the song go there. So,
Okay. All
but
right.
I will say, like the mix, the sounds of the album, it's very 70s, and so sometimes like just the sound of 70s music is like, whoa.
I
I
can.
thought,
Okay. All right. I'm looking. I'm pulling it up. Getting ready. Led Zeppelin 4. I may not. I won't wait till my flight to LA. I'll go there before then. But that's it. So yeah, a little strong, to say that I don't like I don't like I almost said I don't like Radiohead because I see somebody requesting it, but that I don't like Led Zeppelin. It is I've qualified. I saw Tyson say you should replace your guitar with a shovel because you just keep digging yourself a hole. I'm like, that's actually very funny. That's very funny.
no, but again, like it just, I don't mind that people don't like Led Zeppelin. People can like what they want. I just didn't expect you
Well,
to not like it.
just
That's all it is. This is coming from a friendship side. This has nothing to do like there can be a million people who are burning Led Zeppelin. That doesn't bother me, but it surprised me that my musical friend didn't. But at the same time, like I don't like Metallica. Like so, it's like
yeah, but I will say this. I mean, like I probably know more of Metallica's catalog, but oh, this is weird. But the catalog of Led Zeppelin that I know is much more me, and I like it probably more than Metallica. I don't know. Whatever.
wait a
I'm not.
second.
I'm,
Someone wants you to sing "Creep," so sing "Creep."
I don't know if I know the words to that. What key is it? Yeah, right. I know I'm just being exposed for a total fraud here.
No, no, I appreciate your honesty though. You're like I haven't had a chance to listen to it; it just never came up. Led Zeppelin was on all the time as a kid, so like that's also another thing. My parents love Zeppelin, and they got me into it very young. So okay, "Creep" by Tom Butwin.
Is it any? What key is it in? What key is it in?
It's an E.
Is it E? Is it just E
Yeah.
and then like G sharp major? Is that what it is?
Yeah, and then A minor. Yeah.
I mean, I gotta look up the lyrics. What are the first lyrics?
When you were here before, I could look you in the eye.
Okay, there we go. When you're here before, so low.
Yeah.
Look you in the eye. Oh, this is not built for my voice. What's the chorus?
Do it in C.
I'm
'Cause I'm a
I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Ooh. What's he does the
do
big
it.
falsetto thing.
Maybe it's an A. Maybe it's an A, right?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure that sounded really great coming through the how my audio sounds on this. It's perfect. It's gonna live forever in infamy. Listen to the pipes on me. Oh yeah. Well,
Hey, listen, I'll play you a sneak peek, guys.
there you go.
This is what Tom knocked out of the park. Knocked this out of the
Redeeming me.
talking over. So many things that I want to say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. I just want to use your love tonight.
Right? Listen to his voice. I hardly touched it at all.
I want to lose your love tonight. I ain't got many friends left to talk.
Anyway, so that was me on the backup vocals, but that was Tom nailing this lead. I mean, like, I was editing it yesterday and mixing it, and I was going through and I was like, did I already edit this? No, it was like his voice, your voice, like, it's already EQ. And this is the difference between a pro singer and a guy who's singing, me, right? A pro singer, their voice sounds like it's already been EQ'd and has compression on it. It's so crazy. And this happens when, I'm mixing stuff from other musicians and the vocalists send me their tracks. That's the biggest difference. It already sounds mixed.
Thank you.
And that's Tom's voice. Like, I added just a little bit of high end just because that was mostly like my mic. A little bit, like a touch of high end and a little bit of reverb, and it's like ready to go. I hardly compressed it. It's like, and that's the difference between a pro and someone who's singing. It's like I have to do a lot of work to get my stuff to sound right. And the same thing with guitar. A pro guitarist, it sounds EQ'd when they're playing it without any pedals because the way they play it sounds EQ'd. It's not a pedal. It's not an amp. It's not an EQ pedal that everyone's on my case about all the time. It's like, no, the way you play it actually is the EQ.
So I will say thank you very much. That's very kind of you. But being an actual, like, I will call myself a professional vocalist because I am. But and knowing what I'm doing vocally, and then knowing that I can't and don't possess that skill here is very. It's good for me because it's like I know how far I have to go here on the guitar because I can't do what I do vocally on the guitar, and I know when I'm not doing it. Like, that's why no one would ever hire me as just a session guitar player because I don't have those skills on the guitar. Like vocal, absolutely, I could do that all day. But like, and it's funny because it's like being in that category, and it's like I exposed to my own, like, I'm very aware, I guess is what I'm trying to say, of where I lack on the guitar, which is fine because now I know where I need to work. My goal is not to be a session guitar player, but I know where I know where to focus my attention to become better on this instrument. So,
which is why I took voice lessons. Same thing. Like I wasn't getting booked for guitar, but I definitely wasn't getting booked to sing anything. And I was like, okay, but I know my guitar is my strongest point, so if I can bring up the floor, that makes my guitar playing sound better if I can sing.
Yeah.
And then vice versa. Like if if my singing if my guitar playing is better from my singing, then my singing will also improve. It's just like what's the worst? I need to hide the worst parts of my musicality and accentuate. I mean, that's just business too. But hide the worst parts of your product or yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I hide the worst parts of myself from my wife and my kids, right? I have deep-seated problems. I have serious emotional issues. But they don't need to know that.
Right.
All right.
That's
for me and YouTube. It's for me and you guys.
Right. It's for me. Yeah, exactly.
Because you guys can handle it. You know what I mean? There's something weird about like a live stream and like YouTube videos. Like all these skits I have, they're literally like explorations into my psyche. Like Goldie, Cosmo, even the Duke. Like all these things are like little problems I have in my head. I'm trying to work out in real life. I mean, this next video with Tom is exactly that. Tom literally represents like a shadow that's been tormenting me. And it's like me making peace with like my insecurities about music. It's literally that like I'm sure you guys have picked up on this subtext. Me getting choked by an instrument cable. Like that's pretty heavy-handed. Like what does that mean? What do you think it means? Like yes, it's silly, but like really, it's like I like don't have it together, and videos are really helpful in sorting it out.
It's funny. I mean, like I wasn't involved in the writing of the script of this video that I appear in coming up for Alex, but man, when I got the script, I was like, oh, we actually had a conversation like, is this too close to reality?
Right. I was actually worried you were going to get fired.
Yeah. At the time I was like,
yeah, because it's stuff that could be perceived as libelous against some of your business associates.
Could be. They get it. They understand. I hope. We'll see.
Oh, they want you to sing Diana Ross. There we go.
Oh man. Well, what key? See, okay. While I look this up, though, thank you for all the compliments on that song. But if we were to tell the real truth, I tried singing it in the original key, and I was like, I think I got it, Alex, and I'm blowing my voice out, and Alex is like, I think we should we'll just drop it. Let's drop it a little bit. I'm like, no, it's fine. I think I got it. I think I'm sending him voice notes of me just like straining to sing, and then we drop it, and we're like, good idea. So I track the whole vocal at home, and then I get down to Nashville, and it's like, we gotta go down one more, and that's the key that we're in now, which was the right key for my voice. So you got to drop the ego at the door.
I hated telling you that, but you know.
No, you were right. You're 100% right. It would have never worked. You would have scrapped it. You'd been like, you know what? Forget it. Don't worry about it. We'll do a different song. You know, it's gotta be, you have to bring some humility, you know, to the table.
Also, the chat is, you guys are so funny.
Oh, yeah. 20-minute version.
Like brown eyed girl. Like that that's a t-shirt. Brown eyed girl for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I played brown eyed girl for 20 minutes and all I got was
this t-shirt, yeah. Or no girl. Yeah.
Oh, that should be a Guinness World Record like t-shirt. Like played brown eyed girl for 20 minutes at a Christmas party in 1998.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh. Was it A minor? You know, you guys are asking me to sing all these songs. Right? That's it. What's the first note though to sing?
First I was a plane.
The first time I was petrified. See, it's like I have a high.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, there you go. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. Then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong and learned how to get along. So here's something about singing. So often, and I had my voice teacher had to reel me in. And it's funny because it's like I realize this is not necessarily the case on the guitar, but like people equate good singing with like being able to hit really high notes. And then you start to think that, and you just focus on being able to hit those high notes. But then, like, if you do no work on the middle and lower end of your register, when you get down there, you're sloppy, you're lazy.
Yeah.
And that is, but it's funny because it's like guitar playing. I guess like wild, like speed maybe on guitar is what is people equate to like good guitar playing is being able to play really fast, like not
like or Metallica, right?
Right. Yeah. But that's the secret to that vocal and sounding like it's tuned is paying attention to the notes that people don't care about. Like the big notes everybody likes and you like to sing it, you like to listen to it, you're going to be on those. But if you ignore all the little pickups and everything else, like that's the difference between like a finished sounding vocal and a vocal that Alex would have to spend 5 hours auto tuning, you know. So
yeah, I only had to do mine. I mean, that's like so the video I put out yesterday about riffs, and we'll wrap this up. We've been going almost for an hour here. It's all about like creating a riff that is you could play in a band, because a lot of times like you'll see learn these riffs, and you're like, when am I going to play that line? You're like, I'm never like, and so you have to spend your entire blues jam setting up that one line that you practiced for like 30 minutes, and you mess it up. You're like, I spent the entire solo building up to that one riff, when instead it's like it's way more fun to be able to, you know, do it. It just so like to get a groove like that is like so satisfying for me now that I completely get how a good solo doesn't even, you don't have to, because you're starting down here, right? Like if you like all your low notes, like you were saying, you're singing down here in a really beautiful way, like Luther Vandross, you know, a chair is still a chair, even when no one's sitting there. You know, he's taking this beautiful time, and then he finally gets to a house is not a home. You know, because when he finally gets there, he's already laid this beautiful he got all the silverware out for you, right? He put the nice linens down. He put a really nice, beautiful cloth napkin there, right? Maybe it's silk. Who knows? Are you supposed to use it? I don't know. There's a candle, and then you have you have a DJ or you have an aperitif, right? Maybe you have some Aperol. I don't know, whatever, right? And you're ready. So by the time the fillet comes, which is not a flavorful cut, right? I mean, let's be honest. Filet is not the filet mignon is not a flavorful cut. There's not a lot of fat content, but it's okay because you've already been set this wonderful table, right? And that's why you got to get good at rhythm guitar. Like that's the Aperol, that's the cloth napkin, and then the solo is the filet because the big ripping solo. There's not a lot of fat on it. It's all it's empty calories, as Oliver Stone would say.
There you go. I'm thinking about the New York strip I had last night, which was had some nice marbling. I'm sure
probably the best cut, that or a ribeye. I'm like,
ribeye, best of both worlds, man. You get everything.
This is a cooking channel.
Yeah, now it is. It's whatever.
View chips dropping.
That's it, man.
Come back. We're talking about steak. Yeah, John. Yeah, we had to do a little quick detour.
That's right.
The more, what's that? Oh, Sean, thanks so much for watching it, man.
Nice. There you go. First ribeye. Can't go wrong with that. This episode sponsored by Maggiano's.
Oh,
oddly enough.
I wish.
With the the unlimited pasta takeout. It's I ordered a dish of pasta for here, and Billy, my waiter, is already bringing over my takeout box of the very same dish for the same price. So use code ToneTown40 for 40% off your next. No, I'm kidding.
Can you imagine? Oh, if we got Tone Town for again, we're gonna sell out, guys. I'm just letting you know.
Please,
this Tone Town channel is going to be a advertising haven.
Ollie Pop, if you're listening, stuff, it's very good.
Tone Town Carnivore Hour, right? Yeah, Tone Town intermittent fasting, Tone Town boba tea, or weight loss teas.
I mean, as always, NordVPN. Isn't
it funny too how NordVPN? No, okay, but that's a whole. We're already at over an hour.
Shut it down. Cue the music.
Yeah, we're shutting it all down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got someone on the phone. Sponsors are on the phone. Wrap it up.
I'm not liking it.
The Special Teams Guitars. That is the first T-shirt we're gonna make.
It's got to be. It's got to be. It's my best and maybe only contribution to this. So,
if that was it, that's worth it. That's like Obi-Wan, turning off the shield and then getting blasted by Darth Vader. He's only in the movie 5 scenes, but his impact is felt throughout the series. Good thing Steve's not here. He hates Star Wars.
I know. Well, I haven't seen it, so I know.
I like the old ones. Those are good.
Yeah.
And the Superman trailer got me hyped, but we don't have to. Again, we got to wrap this up.
Okay. 60. Yeah.
Hey, he kind of looks like you.
Wow.
The Superman guy with blue. If you had blue eyes, you could be whatever his name is. I don't even know his actor's name. I was like, that's kind of like Tom.
Well, that's very nice of you. If I sit back, it's like this maybe. But if I get too close, then I just look tired. We don't want that. Because I am tired.
Goldie competitive eater. Yeah, him going against Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi.
Yeah, get them both on the channel. Call them up. Get them in town.
I'm sure they have some free time now. Fan had.
It's a once a year thing, right? I mean,
I actually wow, that guy loves hot dogs.
I'd be unstoppable. I would need sunglasses a lot more often than I do, though, because that's the thing I hear is lighter-eyed people need sunglasses.
That's true. Yeah, if you had a set of A20s,
yeah,
man destined to change destiny.
That's right. That's right.
Actually, Bruce, my youngest son, he has A20s.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Vibrant. He looks like a husky dog. It's so crazy. Like the brightest, most captivating blue eyes you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like Sinatra. Like it's.
Old blue eyes.
Fly me to. You should cover some Sinatra.
I did I did one gig.
The Tenderizer.
Yeah.
See the jokes. These guys. I can't keep up with the jokes.
Yeah.
There's too many funny things being said in the chat.
Yeah. The chat comes along with the replay, right? I mean, people can go back and see the chat, so they know what we're talking about. I hope.
Also, I think that line, Tyson, if Tom had blue eyes, he'd be unstoppable. That premise is very funny, too.
Kind of
It's
funny.
like, you know what's holding him back?
Yeah. I do wear contact lenses. So you can make that change.
It's like, sorry, Tom. We'd love to, but you know, I don't have to tell you. You know,
we'll do a whole episode on casting directors criticizing my looks and telling me why they can't put me in something. Like, sorry, it's just everything's great.
Too tall.
Exactly what we're looking for, but
too tall, right?
I'm not that tall, but I have gotten that.
But you are too tall for, I would say, like a leading guy.
So sometimes, yeah, depending on who you're playing opposite of.
Right.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yep. So, all right. Well,
you can't be taller than the antagonist. It's just really.
That's true.
Sorry.
Song request trolls. It's only mods now. Everyone's a moderator.
I love it. I love it. You guys did such a good job. That's my first time I realized, like, wait, we can have moderators.
Yeah.
And again, like once we switch it to our horizontal, we're not going to get anyone or hardly get anyone who's not a fan of the channel. So I feel bad for them because like it gets shown in their feed. Oh, guitar guys play Metallica. Like, who are you? You don't even know my name. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you don't even know my name, and you're telling me to do something. Like, what?
How dare you?
Right. I would never do that. I would like go to a live channel, like ask them to do something.
Yeah.
I'm not a Tamagotchi.
Love that.
How old am I?
This episode sponsored by Tamagotchis.
Tonetown 40 for a 1-year free subscription to Tamagotchi in the cloud. For the first time ever, you can monitor your Tamagotchis from the cloud. No more futzing around, no more clumsiness, making sure they all eat. You can make sure they eat at the same time. Tonetown 40, thanks so much, guys. See, that's a good read, I feel like.
It was, I mean, we would crush ad reads. We would absolutely. I mean, it'd be very natural.
Tone Cloud. The Tonetown Cloud. Oh, it'd be so funny.
It's coming. That I
saw. Then because we have that PR thing. We'll have, guys, somehow someone broke through security. We don't know the extent of it. Please change all your passwords.
Right. Your riffs have all been stolen. Anything you stored in the Tone Cloud is gone.
Right.
And stolen.
It's property of NordVPN and Sony WMB.
Yeah. Ever since we lost Nord as a sponsor, security has become an issue. So nice hair on both these clowns. Thank you.
Clown Town. Oh, that's very funny.
I'm getting a haircut on Monday, so we got to tighten it up. You know.
Oh yeah, I gotta get it cleaned up before. Yeah,
I'm probably yeah. No. Well, next week we do an episode of how we're grooming.
No, because next week it's just me, right? Well, probably
maybe,
just
potentially. I mean, it's probably like an 80% chance, but we'll talk.
Hey, I will rip me off. At least someone will see it then.
NordVPN doxed us after we lost them as a sponsor. They just left. They left and then came back and hacked us immediately. All right.
Good night, Sean. Guys, thanks so much as always. This was a really, again, another great episode of Tone Town. As always, have a great Christmas, everyone. I'm your co-host, Super Danger.
John Butwin, your other co-host.
And we'll see you guys out there on the internet.